Oh, thank you for watching this video. In this video, I'm going to talk about new look of 2024 QuickBooks Online, and this is a quick learning tool. And I did the first video regarding this topic 10 years ago. You can see here, the home dashboard is just look like this, a lot different now. And since then, they have made all kinds of progress. So back then, the biggest thing was Bank Connect. Connect your bank, and it would download your transactions, and you can categorize in QuickBooks. And basically, it was QuickBooks Desktop was very popular back then, and in QuickBooks Desktop, they don't have it. They have it, but it's not that good. So that was the big thing, 10 years ago. And another thing is, as you can see here, you don't see any payroll in here. Uh, in desktop they had payroll, but not in QuickBooks Online, so it wasn't connected. Now they have payroll in QuickBooks Online now. And there are many things, they make all kinds of improvements. And so I'm going to go over 2024 and see how they look. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave a comment if you have any question. So I'm going to go to QuickBooks Online and okay, so this is QuickBooks Online. In 10 years, I've canceled, 32 companies. Uh, so I've done lots of videos and lots of teaching and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go to QuickBooks Online now. Okay, so now it looks the dashboard. The moment you log in, you know, it looks like this. They have two things: get things done and business overview. So the get things done is basically, if you are familiar with the QuickBooks Desktop, it is to be something like this. That's what they, that's from the desktop one. So now this is the workspace. This is where you come and depends what you want to do. And the three or four things you should remember, when you starting this QuickBooks Online. The first thing is, where is the gear icon? So gear icon is right here, upper right corner. Just click that one, and this is where you have all your account and settings. So now they have the company address. This is where you update your tax ID and your the address that you want to send facing your customers for invoices. And then you have now you will give some uses. How many uses limit they have, and they have QuickBooks checking now. So this is big things. So you might check this one out, although they charge you money. And then sales, this is where you have all the settings for the sales. You'll need to come back. You don't need to go through all these. But if you have something you want to change the settings, these are the ones. And then you have expenses. Expenses, it's limited. It covers, almost all the expense settings you need for the vendors and suppliers. And then payments is the one. If you want to have QuickBooks payment, like a merchant service, you bill, and QuickBooks payment merchant service will handle all your payments, like credit card stuff, and you'll post to your QuickBooks. And so this one is very convenient. You don't have to do very much. Basically, it will try to match it, and that's a big thing. And then you have a time, when you start this. If you use the time sheets, when you start it, Sunday or Monday, and advanced. So you have all these. You can go through this chart of accounts, stating, do you want to use account numbers or no? Uh, and some people, they still use account numbers. Most don't. They don't. Okay, so now then once you're back here, it's the money in, money out, and reports. So those things you have to remember. So money in is when you invoice your customers, your clients. So these are the steps in add and product services. Whenever you have sales form, like sales receipt or invoice, it will ask for the, hey, what's your code? You're selling services or you're selling products. So you need to create those, and then you manage your customers and create estimates if you are if you have customer who want estimate for your service, your job, and then send invoices. You can convert from estimate to send invoices, and then of course this is the big thing. You want to receive payment, and if you want to get funding, there's another way to do it. And then so this is your income side. Money in is your income, money out is your expense. Simple as that. And then the pay bills. So if you have money out, it means, you write a check. Uh, the other ways to do it too, you can hear, so if it's not covered here. And then the reports. So once you're done with the money in, money out, then you have all the reports you want to print or look at it on computer. And if you just want to manually record things, it's in here. Click the plus new. This is where you record the plus new one here. See invoices, customers, vendors, team, like a payroll, and the time, for your pay for your contractors, record time. You want to make it billable to your customers. And then the other is bank deposit, transfer from one bank account to another bank account. You'll just in QuickBooks. You don't want to do actual transfer. For that, you still have to do on your own through your bank. The account entry, journal entry, and the statement, uh, inventory, is all here. Many of these you don't even use it. And if you want to show less, then you can just these see. These are the poor ones that you couldn't use. And then on the dashboard, you have, transactions. So this is where probably, you use the most. So the bank transactions is, you know, bank download thing, bank feed, and then app transactions. So, apps are syncing with the QuickBooks. So it will download transactions in QuickBooks and receipts. You have receipts. And what do you do with those receipts? So you can upload it here and then match it with the bank feed. And reconcile is basically reconcile your bank account with QuickBooks. If your bank account is saying $100, it should be $100 in your QuickBooks. Except you may have outstanding transactions, whatever it is you have. That's what you're reconciling. And rules, bank rules is uh, so you have certain transactions, recurring transactions, and you want to create a rule telling QuickBooks, hey, if I go to Walmart, just charge it, just categorize to say supplies. If I go to Home Depot, I use it for my job, so just charge it for my cost of goods sold. If I go to, let's say, Staples and buy some office supply, just charge it to office supply. So you are saying bank transaction based on bank details, and it automatically uh, categorize and post it to your QuickBooks. And startup accounts, this is where you come in and not when you create this account, when you subscribe to QuickBooks Online, it automatically creates startup accounts, and it's possible you don't need to add anymore. Or in the future, if you need to add, then this is where you come in and make changes. Like for example, this first time, and you want to connect bank accounts, and you come here and startup accounts, and then you come in and create accounts like this, like a checking 3794, and account type is bank and checking. And so this is where you will see all your QuickBook balance. And for expenses, you won't see it because it did change every year. Then whatever income or profit you have, it goes to your retained earnings. They will automatically do it. Okay. So the chart of accounts is right here, and the recurring transactions is uh, so there are certain items, you want to use it, and it happens every month or every week. Like a certain transaction, you bill certain customer like $100 a month, or whatever, fixed. Sorry, in this case, it's $1,500 a month, and it automatically bill your customer. How cool is that? You don't have to do anything. So this is the recording part, you know. And the sales, if you go to sales, so they have a overview. This is where you see all the things. Customers, product, services, estimate, invoice, recurring, receipt payment, sales receipt. So the invoice is you invoice your customer, and you give certain terms like net 30 or net 30, net 15, or whatever terms, and the sales receipt. You bit invoice you it's selling something, and they paid it on spot. That's sales receipt. So they have we have already received money. There's no AR on sales receipt. Accounts receivable. On invoice, you have accounts receivable, and recurring invoice, a recurring transaction, receive payment, and then bank deposit. Um, and payment links. You can create your payment links. You can go through that later on. Uh, and so basically, that's what it is. The product and services, you saw that on the dashboard, and then generate report. Just if you want to see the report, let's say in this, you can select a few favorites, on the balance sheet right here, and then probably just run two reports: balance sheet, AR, account, I mean profit and loss. And if you bill your invoices, you'll have a sales, you have your accounts receivable, and so you can run the accounts receivable. It's all in here. And the payroll, it's a payroll. It's basically if you have employees, this is where you come in and set up your employees. Like, so if you don't have payroll, it doesn't matter. Like this, like how much you pay, and this is a profiles thing. You fill out all these employee information, and then you have a contractors. You can update if you have a contract that you use all the time, and then the workers' comp thing. And if you use the projects for your customers, this is where you come in. It's pretty big, so you need to learn a lot on this one. So the project, it will show your income and cost and your profit margin on most of your projects. So this is a big thing if you use project. And the budgeting, if it's certain plans, they have budgets. So if you use budgets, it will basically set up budget for next year, and then you compare with actuals, actual results. And then you have taxes, sales tax, all that information. 1099 filings. If you have a contractors, then you have to file 1099. And the accountant is your uh, you have your accountant, and you want to have some conversation, have your some link. This is where you come in. You can share documents, and then they have so some certain other things like you can use. They have um, side stuff, like they want to sell more, a charm loan, and more services from QuickBooks. QuickBooks financing and PPP Center. Probably they don't have that anymore, but this was during COVID thing. And then you have a commerce payouts. Okay, and then if you want to buy some apps, you can go in here. You have all these apps in here. See all these. 10 years ago, it used to be very little, so now they have hundreds and hundreds of apps that will connect to your QuickBooks. And so now basically this is a big one, transactions, bank transactions in here, bank feed, you can call it bank feed. And when you want to connect, you just connect it here, link account. See, then it will ask you, the bank you want to select. And if it's, you can show more here, see, here. And if it's not listed, most of these banks are listed now in here. See, it was 20,000 plus. 10 years ago, it used to be only, maybe 500 or so. So you can just click anything. It will show the checks. Checks, they have several accounts in here, see. Okay. And then it will, once it's connected, then it will download to your QuickBooks. So they have three things. Once it will, when it's downloaded transactions, it's here. It's for your review. So it's not in QuickBooks registered yet. So then you have to categorize, and then it will go to once you categorize, it'll go to a categorized tab in here. So that means it's in QuickBooks. And if you are playing around, the bank made a mistake downloading transactions, so you uploaded transactions, and these are duplicates, then you don't want to categorize it, then you just want to delete it, then you just select and then exclude. Once in exclude, then you can delete it. I don't have an exclude in here, but you can delete it once you have it here. See, like here, let's say I want to exclude this. And now if you go to exclude, it's in here, so you can delete it now. See, you click select that one and you can delete it or undo it. Undo it means you from here it will go back to review again. So if you delete it, then it's gone. It's history. Can't get it back. So undo it again. So now it's in here again. Okay. And then the big thing now is at the small business owner or bookkeeper. So you want to look the business overview in here. So it'll give you everything you need and in chart and diagram and graphic stuff. So you can. I've just done the video on this one, so you can check it out. So here you have a cash flow planning, the planner cash flow. If you're a business owner or a bookkeeper, so this is kind of if you want to see what type of cash flow you need for your business, you can come here and kick around. It's the more data you have, it will give you more information in here. You know, and the planner in here. These are all the new ones, so you need to go here and check it out. But so cash flow here and the business overview. This is the important one. So it'll give you bank accounts. In this case, I have tons because this is just my demo account. And so it'll give you. So the key here is it'll give you three things here. So in here it says, oh, you have 4 transactions, you haven't done the work yet. You need to categorize those 4 items to review. So it's basically once you review it, then all clean. You're all clear. And the bank balance, this is a demo, so it's not showing correct. It's not linked yet. So if everything's worked out, like for credit card or certain bank account, especially for credit card, and if you're not adding transaction manually, then they should match. Bank balance and in QuickBooks, they should match. And if it doesn't match, showing huge discrepancies, big difference, then you need to reconcile it. Or you have to reconcile it on a regular basis anyway. Okay, and then you have sales, expenses. It gives you all the graphs you need. It's you need to then customize too. See, customize, add, remove. You can remove anything here. So you can add or remove, let's say you don't want to see the taxable profit, just save it, it's gone. You don't see it on your dashboard anymore. All right. So, so that's the focus of this video. In 10 years, they've done many things. And, if you have any, if you need QuickBooks help, you can just click the help and, you can do the search in here, so they give you all the QuickBooks knowledge in here. Just type whatever information you need, but you have to make sure that the information they're showing is the right one, right? So they have so many. Okay, so hope this video is helpful. I just wanted to do this video because I've done this one 10 years ago, and now it looks a lot different. Pretty good. All right, thank you. Bye.